Hello, welcome back. My name is Dr. George Mochocki. Today, I'm going to do a quick overview, maybe 20 minutes, to kind of give you a rough outline what's required for your strategic, comprehensive written analysis of the company that you selected during the course that you've been taking me. Remember, this is those of you who are taking this course, Management 291 or Strategic Management. This is the capstone course for your discipline. Now, all the classes you're taking, accounting, finance, marketing, everything else, now you're going to take all this together and you're going to come up with an action plan, a strategic plan where you're going to move the company going forward in the next 3 to 5 years. So let me just go through what's required here. I'm going to go in here and make this just a little bit bigger for you. And this one is for an individual completing this. When I said management, individual, comprehensive written, I have another one that makes you do a lot more if you're in a team-based setting. So if you're an individual, it's either a summer class or a shorter class that you won't have enough time to work into teams. Okay? So what do we do? Let me just zoom this out. So you're doing this individually. So let me tell you, you want to get 150. I'm making it 150 larger, and I'm going to basically also, the paper's worth 150 points. Real quick rubric overview. Minimum of 2,400 words for an individual student preparing this analysis, about 300 words per page. You have to have all 12 steps, headers, and these are the steps included in the paper, so you'll have an executive summary. Okay, let me just end the 12 steps plus an executive let's see, have better. I'm live, okay? I don't want to confuse the individual. Okay, let's do it this way. All right, you have an executive summary and all 12 steps, headers identified by number and title. And then you'll find information uh, uh, from your book on page 360. Okay, you have to have at least 20 concepts of vocabulary throughout your paper. They have to be in bold and underlined, so it's more for you to identify them. I want to remember any class you're taking, me or other instructors with, you have to utilize the vocabulary and the concept that you've learned. That's how you're going to get that A. Okay? That's how when I talk to another business individual, I know where he or she's at because they're using the proper verb and concepts. So that gives me some credibility that I'm part of. Look, when I go to the doctor, he makes it real simplified or real simplified. But one doctor talking to another doctor, they're talking in a different language, different terminology that makes sense to them. They know what they're talking about. Everyone else, they're confused. Okay. It's turned into Blackboard. You already been submitting assignments to me, so that's not an issue. Must be in Microsoft Word or DLC. That's part of the submission. You already done that. Okay, you have executive summaries like an abstract. If you're when you're taking English classes, it's just a quick overview. Any action plan, anything you're doing that you write in business, you have an executive summary. What's the whole thing? Real quick, we open a book. Here's the title. What's the book about? What are we trying to accomplish? Okay. And so tell me a little about the company and why you selected this company over other companies that you selected. Identify the firm's existing vision, mission, and objective. Here's where we're at. Remember, you have to have a baseline. Here's where organization's at. Here's the mission and the vision and objective. There's strategy. Where are we going to be changing in the next 2 years? I'm going to change something. Okay, develop a vision and mission statement for the organization going forward. Now I'm going to be focusing on quality. So part of my mission statement and my vision, all my strategies is going to be how I'm going to bring quality into my service or my product. Okay, identify the organization's external opportunities and threats. Part of the SWOT, strengths, weakness, opportunities, and threats. SWOT that we've discussed, or you discussed in other classes you've taken me, other instructors. Since this is a capstone zone, you've already been exposed to that. So, just a quick reminder: strengths and weaknesses are internal. Opportunities and threats are external forces coming in there. Okay, identify organizational external opportunities and threats, that part of the SWOT, okay? Construct a competitive profile, a matrix, CPM, you'll find that in the book, real quickly. Give me a narrative on that. Construct a factor evaluation, EFE matrix, again in the book. Look at that. You have to have something in each one of those headers or steps if you want to get a good grade out of this class. That's what this class is about. You have to have that. Identify organizational strengths and weaknesses. The other part of this, the SWOT, strengths and weaknesses internal to the organization. What are our strengths and weaknesses? Construct an internal factor evaluation, IFE matrix. Look at it in the book. Prepare a new strengths and weaknesses. After I did all the changes, what are my new strengths and weaknesses? What are, because they change. Remember, when we talk other classes, we're talking about organizational behavior, other classes that all ties in on that. You look at mechanistic organization, very structured, very hard to change, and you look at organic organization or learning organization. Many companies are more of a learning organization. That's the only way you're going to survive in this environment because of technology and all the external forces that affect the internal forces, and how do I look at those forces and able to manage it and be successful. Look at going through this. If I knew it's going to rain tomorrow, what do I do? My strategic plan, I got to bring in an umbrella. Okay? So look at this SWOT analysis. What are my strengths, my weaknesses, opportunities, and threats? And so I've identified them. I know what's going on. Okay, then recommend specific strategies for long and term objectives. And you could utilize, show how much your recommendations will cost. This is your best guess. You could say it's going to be so many man hours, whatever. If you don't want to go with the dollar amount, you have to address some kind of a cost. How long is it going to take me to change that company or start? And look, you could say it's 2, 3, 5 years, but I got to start now. If I want to lose weight, I want to be a certain weight like when I was a teenager. All right, a little harder to do. So in 6 months I should be here. In 7 months I should be here. What is my plan? Okay. Okay. Specify how recommendations can be implemented. Now, and what results you can and what results you can achieve. Okay. Recommend specific annual objectives, and then step 12, recommend procedures for strategy review and evaluation. That basically is your control mechanism. How do I know I'm still on target? How do I, right? I got to have some control mechanism. So again, if I'm trying to lose weight, I know in 6 months I should lose so much. In 12 months I should be at this weight, and then I inject more. At the beginning, I'm just losing weight, doing a little walking exercise, very low impact exercise, and then after 6 months I'm doing a little more jogging now, next little higher impact, but I'm losing more weight, I'm getting more body fat, more muscles, I have more endurance, I'm going for, so I have milestones. If I put on weight instead of losing weight, I got to make a correction. I'm doing something wrong, something's not working well. And remember, strategically, how do I know it's going to happen in 2, 3, 5 years? I don't. But I have to look at my past, look what's going on, look what's on here, and some of that is intuitive. Remember, as middle manager, it's not like everyone's going to tell you what to do. That's the person who's going to lead the organization. Similar to what you're looking at the new administration, leading the country in a different direction. Right or wrong? I don't know yet. Does he have a plan? Who the heck knows? But it's going that direction. It's going a different direction than it was going if it would have stood with the previous administration. Now we got the Republican in the office, for lack of a word, and he's bringing the country in the next 2, 3, 4 years. He's hoping to get reelected. Talking about President Trump. Okay, it's there. Remember, one person changes the direction. A leader at the top, a small amount of individuals are the rudder for the company, and that's where you're at. Or is it a small company? How do I make the company grow? What's my long-term growth? Maybe it's a new market. Maybe it's something else. Maybe it's to bring trust back. Whatever happened, because you look at here's where we messed up, and here's how we're going to change it in the next 2 or 3 years, and we'll be at this level here. Okay? All right, so that's it. You have everything else. Make sure you look at this. It's not that bad. It's easy. When you're looking to prepare for a new SWOT, here's what happens. When I put the flags, these are the ones that are mostly recommended. If you want to use a Boston Consulting Group, fine. If you want to use a position, action, evaluation, fine. These are the 3. Right now, it's all right. I'm doing some modification. Remember, if you look at the book and everything else, it's from an associate, a community college, and then they also utilize the same book for a bachelor's, I'm mistaken, they may even utilize this book for a master's. Different levels, you expect more. I start off here, and now I have more learning, I have more classes, more understanding, better writing, better comprehensive. I've experienced. So this is your first step in learning how to strategically think in the future. And most of the students at community college, you already have a strategic plan for 3, 4 years. You want the next promotion? You're already saying, hey, I gotta have a degree. I gotta have an associate degree. You could do it on your own. I'm a worker. If I want to go into management, open up, I need that skill set. I need to understand how businesses operate, how to the interchange. Same thing. All right, are we good? Okay. All right, so I have everything covered. Let me just close this off, and then we should be done in the second format topic. Well, expansion. The program I utilize is Concept Map. For some of you, you already know my lectures. I don't edit them. I'm live, like I'd be talking in the classroom. I think that brings it more into line with people see. It makes it more real. And even though if you're in an online class with me, I want to make it as much that you learn and get the same feeling. And with technology, I've got virtual classrooms. It's not only just writing, reading. It's like I'm doing here, or in some of my classes, you may be doing your presentation in a virtual blackboard with other students, your peers, as you're presenting it, like a goal meeting, to simulate what's actually you'll be required to do, utilizing technology and intuitive direction and historical data, and now you're at that level, and you're going to bring the organization forward. But before you do that, you have to get a buy-in with the president. If you're the owner, no problem. But then you have to get a buy-in with all your workers, so they jump in on a mission statement. What's going on? How do you sell it? How do you present it to them? What's the recommendation? Remember, in management, I think here I'm only asking you for 2 alternatives, but in real life, you basically would be presenting 5 alternatives. So if one doesn't work, you pick up another alternative. Okay? And now the last thing I want to finish, something underneath here, I require, so make sure you print out the concept map. You look at I'll bring this up in our discussion or our lecture in the classroom, and I already brought this up for an APA format. What I want you to do, I'm opening up Microsoft Word. That's what I wanted in here. Go underneath the references. You could drag down your APA, American Psychological Association. It's basically what businesses, all their citation, bibliography, and format is. MLA is similar, but the only difference is that in the APA, I have the date in the parentheses. Let me show you how that works. So I select that in Word. I go in here and search citation. You also have a bibliography. You'll, at the end, if you're not going to cite anyone verbatim, but here's the references or the source that I utilize to come up with my strategic plan or my objectives going forward, or with my recommendation. So I'm going to, right now, I'm just going to go, let's see, I'm going to go right in here. I'm just going to throw this in. Pretend I wanted to put a citation in here. Okay? I go in here, insert citation, add a new source, and is it an interview? Is it electronic, art? Remember, all you had to do is it from a book, is it from a section. Remember, you're required to have 6 or 8, 6 or more when in this paper. So let's say this one's going to be a, where the heck I had it? Okay, an interview. Your interviewee, the interviewee, it would be me, Dr. George, or some of you, if you're doing your company you're working at and you want to move up to the next level, you have to show them that I've got the skills now. Once you go up to the managerial, middleman, not first line supervisor, basically you know the task. That's why you're in the first line supervisor. You could teach someone. To move up to the next level, middle manager, president, owner, you have to start thinking strategically. So if I'm looking for individuals who I'm going to promote to middle manager, I'm looking at individuals that already have or exhibiting some of these attributes. And one of the attributes is I'm not looking for within the 2 weeks. I'm looking, hey, if we did this, I think in a year or 2 years, we could turn the department around. We could make more money. We could bring this in. Do you see what I mean? I'm thinking strategically. I'm giving them an option. I'm giving them a plan. It doesn't mean they're going to put into it. But then say, okay, maybe not right now. But you say, man, that person is thinking in the future, going forward. All right? Your mission. If you look at whether you like President Trump or not, if you look at what's his whole mission, make America great. Simple. Make it great. People remember it. It's not 20 pages. I'm going to do this, blah, blah. Sure, how are you going to do this? You know what I mean? How to make America great, how to bring us back up, number one, power, whatever, whatever. Do you see what I mean? But you have to have that mission so everyone's focused in on that mission. Is he or she doing everything towards that mission? And that's what you're doing as a business leader. That's what you're doing as an owner, an individual. How do I bring that vision, that mission to my employees, that passion? Because you will be the champion to make this happen. Remember, big ship, what controls it is that little rudder, but it's to move that big, massive thing going one way or the other. And you can see that with our current administration, how much it's changed. And he's only been in office, I think, like 500 days or something, a year plus. There's a lot of changes. Some yes, some he didn't do, some just fell in, but still, people don't realize that. People are going, hey, something's changing. It's going. Economy's going back, but you're changing. Remember, it's small people changing, and how do you change it? It's not going to be easy, but it could be done. Okay, so I put this in, Dr. George, and you could say the title, whatever you want, and then the interviewee would be student George. Okay. And then here's where I know that's not an APA, it's an APA citation. You'll put the year, so it's 2108, 2018. The month is April. I'll be done in a second. It should be capitalized. Let me just get this. I'm trying to move this through. And today's the 29th. So it's fairly current. And then, if you want to show bibliography, more field, because you're not doing the citation, but you want to do more bibliography, it'll tell you what else you want. These are the required ones. You could add publisher, broadcast, other information. It tells you everything you need. It pushes it in the back. It creates it for you. You go, okay, and here's what happens. That's why I know it's APA. It tells me the year right now. So I know this is current. Remember? If the data says 2010, how much credence do I have? 10 years, things change. It's not like it was before. When I interviewed him 10 years ago, he or she might have changed. They're thinking differently. This means he's thinking this now, or she's thinking this now, the company or the person I interviewed. So now I have a fairly good idea. Remember, people change real quickly, but in overall, this is current data going forward. All right, good? Okay, let me just take this out. Just my original paper, and I'll just bring it down. All right, so we have everything. We covered this. So look at this. It's not that bad. We'll discuss it in the discussion board. Make sure you have these 12 steps. I have to have something in each of the steps. You can't eliminate any of the steps. Put it in there and do your best. And remember, you're just starting off. This is your first strategic plan or comprehensive analysis of the organization, and you'll be there's a PowerPoint also involved in this. In the PowerPoint, if it's strictly online class, a summer class, you basically would do a narrative PowerPoint. It means you give me a PowerPoint, I think like 6 or 7 slides, 5 bullets, and you'll say, here's where I think I'll talk about it just generally as you would have presented. You could combine stuff. It's up to you. I'm leaving that up to you. Remember, the PowerPoint just has to be within this format and has to have all 12 steps plus the executive summary. All right? So I can't wait to read your paper. You're learning. Pretty soon you'll be graduating. You'll be on your way to for either your bachelor's. Some of you are taking this as a deficiency class, and you're already going for your master. You already have a master's, and you're going for your PhD. And this is just a quick review or a supplement that you haven't had this area and you just want to have a little bit of information, because at that level, especially in a master's and PhD, you're already middle managers going forward, and you're already a strategic thinker, thinking in the long run. All right, let's see how many minutes I have on here. 18 minutes, very good. It's short enough, quick enough. I didn't bore you too much, and I can't wait to read your paper. And I'll see you later. Again, my name is Dr. George Mochocki. This is Management 291, Strategic Management. This is for an individual writing a comprehensive written analysis of a company that you selected. A while back, we've already been working on this company within the semester, and now we'll see how well you do. Bye.